What up, bitches? Today we're gonna be commentating on Frozen Tones. Oh, I mean Frozen Angel. Yeah, Doodle totally didn't inspire the title. He made a video on some dragon furry named Kotorix. He was defending pedophiles, and now I'm going to be defending the defender of pedophiles. I'm 14, so you can't label me a pedophile. Skipping ahead a bit, basically Kotorix says how he hates how it's impossible to have a debate about pedophilia.
Pedophiles are some of the scummiest people on earth in my opinion. The fact that someone would want to do something like that to a child fucking sickens me. However, I don't take too much issue with, say, a 20-year-old dating a 16-year-old, provided both parties are okay with it.
Okay, but why is this any different from if, say, an 8-year-old were to be involved in sexual relations with a 30-year-old? If it's literally just because both parties are consenting, then that's kind of dumb. An 8-year-old can always say, yes, for a 30-year-old man to stick their peenie inside them. A person of any age has enough ability to consent to sexual interaction. By your own logic, pedophilia in general is fine as long as both parties say yes. Which no, that's not the case. The difference between a 16 and 20-year-old versus an 8 and 30-year-old is that the 16-year-old is possibly mature enough to realize that they are wholeheartedly engaging in sexual activity. The 8-year-old, not so much. By that point, they have yet to reach puberty and haven't exactly gained enough experience or maturity to truly not be taken advantage of. That's why some states have the age of consent be 16, or even as low as 12. However, nowhere is the age of consent 8, unless if by some special circumstances.
I had a good poop this morning, which makes my balls stickier. They're not going anywhere.
So you have to preface every single sentence with, I don't find kids attractive and I don't support pedophiles, just so people will listen to you. But I've said before that I'm not attracted to humans, period. And I assume that people who watch my videos know that entertaining a thought does not mean that you necessarily agree with a thought.
So there are several kinds of pedophiles. There are pedophiles which are people attracted to young kids, such as a 30-year-old wanting to have sex with an 8-year-old. There are child molesters who are 30-year-olds who actually do have sex with 8-year-olds.
There's not a difference between the two. What I mean is that people who have an attraction to younger children are just as sick as people who rape children. Pedophiles are pedophiles no matter what, don't label them under more than one group.
Yes, because the people who jerk off to Lullaby porn are just as sick as the people who literally fuck children. Angel, there is a huge difference. A pedophile is just somebody who fetishizes about doing it, and a child molester is someone who does the real thing. This is the actual definition. Why are you trying to deny that and feel the need to say that everything he's saying in the video is wrong? You're pretty much setting yourself up as this really biased jackass who isn't willing to hear out anything that this guy is saying. You know, the exact kind of people that Kotorix is referring to in the video.
I had a good poop this morning, which makes my balls stickier. They're not going anywhere.
Now, I have nothing to say in defense of child molesters. They are weak people and have irreparably damaged another human. I don't see them as any different than rapists. But for those who simply have the thought of being attracted to kids, I have sympathy for.
Sympathy. Understanding between two people. Common feeling.
Angel, why do you insist on displaying a bias? You go for the second definition of the word, completely ignoring the first one, which explicitly states, feelings of pity and sorrow for someone else's misfortune. If we're just going to go by the definition, it refers to feeling bad for someone's misfortune. In this context, the misfortune would be the pedophilia, meaning that surprise, Kotorix thinks that pedophilia is a bad thing. Something that he says in the video. Angel, this is not how we debate. I do realize that fucking kids isn't exactly the most proper action in the book, but you still have to be able to fairly debunk his arguments in a debate. You are showcasing a bias just because he's defending pedophiles rather than actually having his words go through your closed mind.
Do you know what you're implying here? You're implying that you yourself are a pedophile. This is either shitty wording or you exposing yourself for being a pedophile, and something tells me it's the latter.
No, because as I stated before, you're going with the secondary definition. Basically twisting the argument so that it can make the target look bad. You're laying down a huge ass straw man and it's annoying. Not only that, but you are actually defaming Kotorix, just because he is defending pedos. That is something that can actually get you sued. especially since earlier in the video, he states,
But I've said before that I'm not attracted to humans, period.
so you're obviously paying very little attention to the video. All he said was, oh damn, some grown-ass people like children. It's a shame that they'll be shunned by society. Not, oh damn, some grown-ass people like children. I'm one of them.
Because sexuality isn't a choice. It's something that is part of you and you can't get rid of it.
That's not sexuality. Sexuality is being straight, gay, or bisexual. And being attracted to kids is not a sexuality, since if you're attracted to young girls, you're a straight pedophile. If you're attracted to young boys, you're a gay pedophile. If you're attracted to all young kids, you're a bisexual pedophile.
By your own definition, that's exactly what sexuality is. Being attracted to kids isn't sexuality. But having an attraction towards kids is sexuality. What are you saying?
I had a good poop this morning, which makes my balls stickier. They're not going anywhere.
And the way I see some people react to them sickens me more than the thought of pedophilia itself.
Fuck you, you are basically saying people being afraid of pedophilia is worse than pedophilia itself. I honestly have no words. You are a fucking scumbag and a piece of shit, my friend.
Well then, I guess you've never heard of intentions. You see, he's saying that some people are so insanely biased and closed-minded towards pedophiles that rather than try to understand what's going on in the person's head, they shut down everything they say or do. Learn to not be one of those people, Angel. Also, nice ad hominem there. Attacking the person, rather than attacking the argument. You don't even say why he's wrong. You're just saying, this is what you basically said, you fucking scumbag.
Because they are so harshly judged and hated, and rarely is that hatred about kids being hurt or exploited, or actual things that I could understand feeling hatred about. The hatred is because their sensibilities have been offended, and because it's socially acceptable to hate that person. And all for having a thought and desires that they can't control.
Now, I usually don't have much of an issue with kinks or fetishes myself, but if said kink or fetish can cause harm to a person, I feel like some kind of line should be drawn.
Looks like we got to outlaw BDSM, where the whole point is to harm the person.
I've heard people say that pedophiles deserve to be tortured and killed. Now, I don't believe in the death sentence, even for mass murderers, much less for a person who has not even committed a crime. In the case of pedophiles by technicality, that is someone like a 20-year-old having sex with a 16-year-old, I find the reactions of people even more disturbing. Because, once again, it is people holding the law as a moral authority. I certainly believe that you should follow laws, but not all laws should be taken as a divine voice. Not all laws are ethical or even make sense.
Why does the law decide that a person becomes an adult at age 18? There is no magical leap of maturity because the sun has revolved around the planet exactly 18 times since they were born.
Nigga, get your facts straight. The sun revolves around fucking Jupiter, not Earth.
Okay, so you played out 35 seconds of footage to just say, got your scientific facts wrong there, buddy. There was an actual argument that you didn't address. Why would you leave in that much footage just for a joke interjection? You didn't say anything important to the argument, so then just trim it or don't put it in at all.
I had a good poop this morning, which makes my balls stickier. They're not going anywhere.